Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the April 17th meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals for the Town of Austining. My name is Sal Carrera, Chairman, and joining me this evening are members of the Zoning Board of Appeals, Town Attorney, Building Inspector, Secretaries. We have one continuation of a previous meeting. I'd like to have everybody introduce themselves for the record.
Lynn Farrell, member of the zoning board.
David Krieger, member.
Tom Wells, member.
David O'Neill, member.
Sandy Nelly, secretary.
John Turnquist, Building Inspector.
Christy Adana, attorney.
Full board alternate.
Thank you. We have one hearing this evening. I'll read the public notice and then request the applicant and the representative to give a brief explanation of the relief sought. Anyone that has a comment should raise their hands, or if we're doing it via Zoom, we will address you and state your name and address. After the comments are received, the board will hopefully try to make a decision this evening. Public notice. Notice is hereby given that a continuation of a public hearing of the Town of Austining Zoning Board of Appeals will be held on Monday, April 17, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. on the application of Juan Orozco, 21 Hillcrest Avenue, Austining, New York, in person at the John Paul Rodriguez Operations Center, 101 Route 9A, Austining, New York, 10562. It's also being held via video conference. The property is located at 21 Hillcrest Avenue in the unincorporated area of Town of Austining, identified on the tax map of the Town of Austining as section 80.14, block 2, lot 41 in the R5 one-family residence zoning district. The applicant is seeking an area variance for the terms of the zoning code of the Town of Austining, chapter 200-15 R5 one-family residence district, and bulk regulations, table 200, attachment 2, to construct a second-story addition to the existing home. Revised plans prepared by David Guerrero, EIT of SDN Design, received April 3rd, 2023, are available for public inspection at the Town of Austining Building Department and also available online. Before we get into the public part of this here, we did receive a letter from a neighbor located at 21 Hillcrest that basically gave us information on the building and the condition of the building, which I forwarded to the building inspector. And I wanted to explain to the members of the board here what the ZBA members basically our function is. And our function is twofold: the review of applications for use and area variances, and the power to render interpretations for the zoning regulations of the Town of Austining. We do not inspect buildings for violations. We do not issue building violation inspections, and we do not issue fines. What our job is, and the criteria for area variances, which we will take into consideration this evening before rendering any type of decision, is whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some other method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance, whether the requested area variance is substantial, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district, and whether the alleged difficulty was self-created. This factor is relevant to the decision, but the fact that the difficulty was self-created does not preclude granting an area variance. That's what this board has to take into consideration. That being said, I open it up to the applicant to come forward with their new set of plans and explain to us what you did since our last meeting, and we'll open it up for questions and answers.
Sounds good. How's it going, everyone? So just everyone already got the new plan. So based on we had spoken last time, there was we ended up increasing it 100%, and this time we reduced it. So now that front part is no longer part of that second floor addition. It is just that back part of the home is that second floor addition, in which we will put those 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and now we just added a balcony to the master bedroom since it got reduced in size. And that is what the new plan shows.
Okay, I'll open up to the board at this stage of game. David, you were the one that came up with.
Yeah, so I'm much more comfortable with what was presented and the new drawings. I think it's in line with the surrounding houses, and so you include a lot of photos of the surrounding houses. It's only 144 square feet over the 750 square feet that's allowed, which I have a much greater comfort level with, and like you mentioned, than the doubling of the square footage and having it be several hundred square feet over what's allowed. So I think it's a very favorable solution that it still allows for the 2 bedrooms and is not kind of overbearing, in terms of its size.
I want to thank you for picking that up on the last meeting. I did not even see that, was greatly appreciated, and I'm happy also that you were able to come forward with a different set of plans. Any other comments from any other board members?
No, I think you've done a fine job. It sits right in with the other neighbor houses.
Thank you.
I want to say I have a little bit of an emotional connection to this. My brother and I spent 2 winters in an insulated attic. And my parents went across the street and got us a bedroom that was warm. I tell you, I can still remember that day. So I don't even know if I should vote on it. I think you did a
Thank you for your understanding.
I thank you for the redesign that you did. It seems to be appropriate and fitted nicely with their needs.
Thank you.
Lynn?
I basically feel the same as everyone else does. Now that it's been reduced in size, it's something I think we can live with.
Any comments from audience via video? Done. I'd like to take close the public hearing. Take a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second, the public portion of this meeting is closed. I'd like to take a vote with regards to all in favor of granting this variance.
Aye.
Aye. Any disagree? No. Let the record show that it's unanimous, and the criteria for the area variance basically has been accepted. And should I read it again into the minutes?
I think because you already read it earlier in the meeting, that's sufficient.
Okay, so the criteria of the area variance that was basically stated before this board is granting this variance, and we really appreciate the time and effort that you put into our recommendations from this board, and we look forward to good luck to you on the new house.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to try to find your car.
Yeah, trying to get it out.
Bye-bye. Good luck. What I would do, if I'm in for the building permit, I would take a look at these items that the person thought about, what it is, we're of the structural wall and condition of the foundation, the correct, which may just be, aesthetic, or maybe something, maybe with